Yeah, let me introduce y'all to this YouTube family, showing us the way to get out of debt gradually. My man Josh hold it down in the household, Christine dominating debt with a chokehold. And the kids, they are Grace and Zoe, baby Tennessee, new addition to their story. Debt Kickin Sunday, daily vlogging, Dave Ramsey plan gonna have us live large, and every day we'll see part of their lifestyle, how they budget and they keep things wrote down. See them work through the envelope system, no credit cards, only cash going with them. You will see how their family strives to survive with the budget plan, help us understand, and daily vlogs show us how to have fun. When you hear this song, let me hear you say, debt is done. Debt is done, debt is done, debt is done. Let me hear you say it louder.
I'm rocking the arm candy today.
Which one?
Next subject.
You want to cuddle? Don't put your arm around us and cuddle. Get all close.
Alright, let's get this going.
Happy Debt Kickin Sunday, you guys. We have awesome questions from you last week. Some new questions that we haven't addressed, and I love it. Okay, first question. My husband and I both have a 5-year term policy at $450,000 apiece. We recently converted a small portion of it to a whole life, $50,000 each policy. I have been watching your videos like crazy, and I see now that whole may not have been a good idea for us. Any advice would be appreciated. I love your videos and your beautiful family. My husband and I just signed up for FPU classes.
Tweet!
Woohoo! Woohoo! Double. We need like a...
High fives later.
Like a ding ding. We should get a bell and ding it every time someone,
That'd be cool.
mentions FPU.
Sound effects.
Our own.
That's like a whole nother...
Budget sound effects.
That's like a whole nother... Anyway, okay.
Focus. Okay guys, for those of you who do not know what life insurance is, this is a whole video in itself, but simply put, it is a policy that you take out if your spouse dies and leaves you in a bind.
An unexpected.
A hardship. An unexpected hardship, okay? So that is life insurance. Yes, everybody, with especially children in the house, should have one. Okay?
And if you're sucking wind, you're going to die.
Where did that come
I
from?
don't know.
Okay, so term policy. Let's explain the two differences real quick. Term policy is where you have a 15, 20, 30 year?
10, 20, or 30.
Okay.
Term.
10, 20, 30. So it's
Set
a policy for those, 10 year, 20 year, 30 year.
You pay a monthly premium, so if it's like $10 a month or $15 a month.
Well, we have an example. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then that is a term policy, so it's good for a term. A whole life is a policy that you're paying into. It's expensive, the monthly premiums are high, but it covers your whole life. People package it as a life insurance and investment package investment, okay? Does that make sense? And so they sell it to you, the person selling it to you makes a lot of money on that commission, and they sell it to you with that investment in mind, okay? So here's the breakdown. We found an article on Dave Ramsey's website that will help us explain this to you. It's an example, okay? And so if a 30-year-old man has $100 a month to spend on life insurance and shops the top 5 cash value companies, he will find that he can purchase an average of $125,000 in insurance for his family. The pitch is to get a policy that will build up savings for retirement, which is what a cash value policy does. That's what I just explained. However, if the same guy purchases a 20-year level term insurance with coverage of $125,000 as well, the cost will only be $7 a month, not $100 a month. Okay, so that's why whole life insurance policies are gimmicks and a bunch of garbage that you're paying into, because you're buying into that investment insurance coverage. But if you were to take that $93 difference from the $7 a month for the term versus the $100 a month for the whole and invest that $93, you would not only be covered if your spouse dies, but you'd also have a savings, a really nice savings or retirement account. Mutual fund that you
can apply it towards your baby steps, wherever you're at. I mean, it's just extra money you have, and you can do whatever you want with it.
You can get out of debt faster, that's right. So I hope we've clarified. It's just a brief, we only have a few minutes to explain it. But I will link this article, it's fantastic, from Dave Ramsey's website down below. Okay, So now we gotta go back to the video. Okay, hi guys, I love your videos, but my question is regarding your food planning. Oh, back to the lady. Yes, you need to ditch your question. You need to ditch your whole life and go back to the term and just leave it alone.
Yep.
Okay. Hi guys, love your videos, but my question is regarding your food planning. Do you plan based on what's on sale in the circulars, or do you just pick meals no matter the price of the ingredients? Thank you so much. We actually pick, we're frugal across the board. We buy the same meats, the same inexpensive foods, and we just buy the same thing every 2 weeks. So,
but yeah, if it's on sale, we plan for it to be on sale. We don't just go out and buy, New York steaks because we're in the mood for a New York steak.
No, that's a special occasion.
Yeah.
But if I'm cooking something and we get to the store and we're like, oh my goodness, that is too expensive for us, it's going to blow our budget, we
revise the budget in the store.
We pick a different meat and we modify and go with it. Okay, so this gal wrote a few videos ago, and you did get a little bit feedback, but you want more of our opinion. Thank you for telling us. Let's see, I understand the concept of paying off the smallest debt first, but my question is when you have debt that is in someone else's name. I am 26. 2 years ago, I went through a divorce and was left with my 3-month-old daughter. We have a 3-month-old daughter.
Focus.
My family was there for me and helped me get on my feet without losing my house. I have paid back all the cash loans from family that helped me do this, but now I feel I should do the same for my mom. My mom has a 4% loan against her house and a 0% credit card out for me. Both have $9,000 on them. I do pay the minimums on all my borrowed debt. I have $1,000 left in student loan debt, a $2,800 loan, a $4,600 loan, and a $1,400 credit card. I feel knocking out the debt that is in my name is fairly simple and motivating with a snowball effect. My problem is having money in my mother's name. My mom is big on me paying off my debt first, then hers later. But I have been out of school for almost 4 years now. I am earning more than my mother, and I feel like I should turn my focus onto her debt so she has the freedom to do what she needs. Please tell me what you would do. Thank goodness for your mama to help you in this well, it's not so terrible now, it doesn't sound like, but okay, I would pay mama back first. If it's eating at you that much, pay her back. Do whatever you need to do to get that debt out of her name and clear her again.
Especially if you have the means, and it sounds like you do.
Yeah, and then focus on you. And you have a bunch, if you have a great job, you have a bunch of little debts that, mama's debt is the biggest debt you've got anyway. So after you get her paid off, these are just little piddly, $1,000, $2,800, $4,600, $1,400. You can knock those out. So get mama done. Do what you can. Take up another job if you have to. I know you have a baby girl, but do whatever you have to do. And hopefully we've answered your question and given you some help. And thank your mom. Give her a big hug and kiss.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. Hope you don't mind me asking, but what is tithing? Thank you. I'm from the UK. Tithing, we meant tithing. And it is the Bible discusses tithing. And it's a portion you give back to your church when you go. And it's really building, there's several reasons why people tithe, but it's trusting God and paying Him back for what He's blessed you with. That's why we tithe. T-I-T-H-E.
Wow, we're just knocking these out.
Did you just growl at me?
No, you just passed it. Whoa.
What?
Right, go. Oh. No, right there.
Okay, there we are. I found you. Hey guys, my husband is in the military and is possibly getting out next year. I'm still praying about it. But I would like to, since I want to be around family, anyway, I wanted to know, Anyway, I wanted to know where the best way to save for something short-term like that is. We should be out of debt by June and hopefully have our 3 to 6 months by the end of the year. He gets out next November. Also, I'm a full-time student and work full-time, and he works full-time, obviously. But when he leaves the military, we will both be in school, so we are going to need a huge chunk of money to support us until we can balance a life outside of the military. Plus, we'll be back in California. So everything is so much more expensive. So what would you two recommend to do? Where should we save the money? Thank you. Good golly, it sounds like you got your ducks are all lined up here. I'm proud of you guys. That's a lot going on, and he's serving, so thank you for your service, mister. It's very, very precious to us.
So where should we save the money? Any time to like put it in the bank?
I'm sitting here thanking him for serving our country, and you're like, so what do we do with the money?
Well, yeah, I appreciate it, you know. I'm always, you know, saying thankful and being grateful. Just trying to get the meat and potatoes part of it here.
He's a fact man. He's a fact man. Oh, she's thicker lip out. Okay. So where should we save the money? So it sounds like you're going to be out of debt in June. You'll have your 3 to 6 months by the end of the year.
If you're going back to school, it sounds like you just need to start putting it all in savings.
Put it in a savings, and your next goal is to cash flow school. So make sure you're not taking out any more loans for school. But since you're debt free in June, I'm thinking maybe you don't have school loans.
It doesn't sound like they have it yet. It sounds like they're going to be going back to school.
But I'm kind of confused as to where. Okay, you want money to support you until you can balance a life outside of the military.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha. And California is uber expensive. So I would just save the money. Put the money into a money market through your bank and build up your emergency fund and just chunk it away. That way when expenses come up,
you can cash flow whatever you need to cash flow.
You are self-reliant. You can depend on yourself.
What's that all about?
I know. It's a novel idea, especially in this day and age. So there you go. Support you guys with your big old huge emergency fund and cash flow school. Okay, but you probably already know that. Thank you for the question. Okay, thank you for taking so much time to answer our questions. How did you keep motivated in the beginning? I love this question. Mm-hmm. We have been at this for 5 months and have been doing well, sticking to the plan. But when friends invite us out to eat, a not-so-budget-friendly playdate is suggested, or when we see everyone else's home renovations, it is hard not to get a little frustrated because we know it will be a good while before we get to say yes to these situations. How did you guys manage the low motivation days and keep on keeping on? Okay.
I think, to be honest with you, in my mind, it was easier to stay focused back then than it is now.
Yeah.
It's easier to have looser days and be like, hey, I want to go buy that because we're debt-free and we have a little bit more money now than we used to. So, for me, back in the day when we first started, it was easy motivation because we didn't have any money.
Which was the best years of our marriage.
I mean, we had the money to make our bills and to do our debt snowball, and that was it. There was no money to do anything else. So in our mind, it was, well, if we had to do something, if we had to do a trip, or I had to do like your friends were doing home renovations, we'd have to go take a loan out to do that stuff, and we were so against it because that's what we were trying to beat at that time.
It forces you to get creative, which you guys know, I'm sure. But it wasn't the best years of our marriage, but it was the most growing years of our marriage. And when you look back over the life of your marriage and your relationship, it's those moments that you remember. It's not,
yes,
you know.
But now, a few years down the road that we're debt free, our friends are still going out and they're buying everything and they're doing their renovations and stuff, and they're still up to debt in their eyeballs, and we're not.
Right.
And they go, well, are you going to do a home renovation, or are you going to go buy a new car? Yeah, I plan on buying a new truck next year or whatever, but you know what? I'm going to go pay cash for it, not finance it for 20 more years.
And I think for us, we were just open with, we were real with ourselves. We weren't kidding ourselves anymore about what we could afford and what we couldn't afford. We stopped caring what people thought about us.
And we were up front with everybody and said, you know what? We're broke. This is what we're doing. We're getting out of debt.
Yep. Woohoo! Best decision ever. Well, and to have another baby, but and then we shifted the people that we
hung out with.
We realized what the not so healthy influences were, and the ones that lifted us up, encouraged us,
and understood what we were going through because they'd already been through it.
Or supported us and respected our decision to live that way. Yeah. So hopefully these questions have helped, or our answers. And then, 4 years on baby step 2 it took us, you guys. You celebrate the little things, even if it's, ice cream sundaes at McDonald's. And you find new ways and new things to make you happy. And it isn't how pretty your floor is. It's that, hey, look around you and see how good you've got it. What is paid for, what you've accomplished, and realize that the floors could wear out and they still function. That's why
the best thing in the beginning.
I want wood floors more than that's on the top of my list, you guys. But the floors we have now
work. But the best thing is when you're newly doing this is just getting the traction, paying off that first debt and then paying off that second debt. Right there, that's going to give you such a big high that you're not going to want to spend money. You're going to be like, why would I want to go spend money when in 3 weeks or 3 months I could have this next debt paid off?
Yeah.
So.
And it's so incredibly powerful when you say you're not going to take out a loan ever again. And maybe you need to make that pact with each other. Because then when something comes up or you're tempted, we're not going in debt to make it happen. That's automatic. It just goes through your head. That's nice. It looks good, but I'm not going in debt to have that.
Mm-hmm.
And just retrain your brain. But it's worth it, you guys. Seriously.
All right. Thanks for the question.
Okay.
In a minute, left, Jay.
Hubby and I just finished baby step 2, praise God, and are moving on to the next. We've just really started going hardcore with a zero-based budget because we tell every dollar where it should go. Each month our checking account ends looking like slim pickings because we paid all the bills, transferred to savings, and filled our envelopes. Amen. Sister, hubby gets the budget idea, but it still makes him uneasy sometimes when he's simply looking at the end of the month numbers in the checking account. Like he feels like we are scraping by because the checking account isn't growing like the savings account. Did you guys ever struggle with this?
No!
That's
the best part, right?
We did struggle. We got frustrated. I did. I'm like, yeah, it was like a sentence, like a prison sentence some months because you have to go all month to make another jump and,
Yeah, but it sounds like what he's talking about here is everything's paid. They've put everything away. They've put money into savings. It's just there's nothing left in the bank account. So
for
he's
the
feeling.
entire month.
Well, I get that, but they're putting things in their savings and they're paying all their bills.
Okay, it's not a pity party. Just stay focused on what you're trying to accomplish. And yes, the boyfriend's right. You paid all your bills.
Our goal
and you have envelopes.
Was to get the checking to zero every month. That was the goal, right?
And savings.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is what you're doing. What you need to be doing.
That's awesome, you guys. And this one is really good. Okay, there's our budget.
That's us.
That's
by
us.
the way.
Don't check. The boyfriend was really good at breaking out spreadsheets when I needed more motivation halfway through the month. Okay, if we keep on where we're at, can you readjust our spreadsheets so that as of today, I know what we're accomplishing, okay, for whatever baby step we were on. And it helped a lot doing that.
The checking account should be zero or close to zero because that means you're doing the right things. Your savings account's getting fatter. Your envelopes are set aside for the month. You're on it. You're there.
Yeah.
You're working it. You don't want your checking account to be flooded with a bunch of money.
Right.
Because then you're spending a bunch of money.
Yep.
So
you want a big old savings account. You guys are awesome. Tell him high fives and keep on going. Good
high fives
job.
later.
High fives later.
All right, peoples.
We love you guys.
Gotta wrap this up. We got places to go, people to see, things to do.
Look at this precious little beauty with her one tooth. 3 months old, one tooth, I think. We don't know what it is. It's like a big old bone coming out of her mouth.
Okay. All right, people.
That's like your mom.
We'll see.
Are you going to get up today? It just doesn't go away. Days are wasted.
Days are wasted. All right, peoples.
Bye.